always. First the blade like ball fades. Echo when I let go of this praise in the hallway. Special, the way he wrestled with the devil. The pedal to the meadow while leveling up all day. It's always. First the blade like ball fades. Echo when I let go of this praise in the hallway. Special, the way he wrestled with the devil. The pedal to the meadow while leveling up all day. Welcome to the TDT Poshcast live right here by way of YouTube. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. If you have not done so yet, go ahead and subscribe. Also, after you subscribe, hit the notification button to know every time I upload different videos, whether it be shorts of me doing, different characters that I do on Poshmark, or whether it be interviews. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you will never miss a video. My name is Tristan. Y'all call me TD. Some of y'all call me TDT. Some of y'all call me crazy. It is what it is, though. I'm not the only crazy one. But hey, thank y'all for joining. If you're watching us by way of YouTube, just let us know. Put something in the chat and let us know that you're watching. Here we go. Oh, Reese is watching now. Now, y'all, we are live, y'all. We are live on YouTube. So feel free to comment away. I'll show some comments periodically. If you have questions for myself as well as the guest, you can ask them. Go ask away in the chat. Reese Nicole is in the building. Threads of Reese, how you doing? There's Jennifer Rodo by way of Syracuse, New York. She's watching live. How you doing? She says, make sure you like the video. That's right. Thank you very much. It helps the algorithm. Like the video, subscribe, notify, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much, Jennifer, my friend. I appreciate it. What's going on, Donna? How you doing, Donna? Doing all right? Donna is watching Threads of Reese by way of New Orleans. She's from the NO. She's in the building. Who else is watching? If you're watching, just let us know. Okay, so all is well now. So what we're going to do, so basically I started this podcast to just kind of have some fun. I like to make people laugh, number one. Of course, if you follow me on Poshmark at TDT Garnett, I like to make people laugh. And, of course, we it's all about reselling items and just kind of making money. But also I found out that it's a very it's a nice community, Poshmark, the sellers and the buyers, because some people are just buyers. They don't sell. They don't go live on Poshmark. They don't do any live shows. But it's a nice community. Some of my friends on Poshmark, they don't have closets. They just join the show and buy and have fun and chat. So it's a nice community. So I like to get that community out there. I like to network amongst the community. I like to just see what's going on the posh streets, as they call it, the posh streets. That's what we call it on Poshmark. Some of y'all be deep in the streets. I don't know. Some of y'all will be on every corner of the streets, and we're going to leave it at that. But let's keep moving though. So thank y'all for joining. Shout out again. I have to give a shout out to my friend Jennifer Rodo, because she's the one that kind of inspired me to do this. She kept saying every live show, she would say, hey, Tristan, why don't you do a podcast or something? I would say, well, I don't know. What am I going to talk about? She said, just talk about anything. So I started thinking about it. I said, what if I talk about Poshmark? Interview live show guests, you know what I mean? Live show hosts. So that's what we're doing. Last week you saw me with Miss Nail, or not Miss Nail. Well, there is a Miss Nail, but last week was Nails Closet 1019. She was my first guest. Shout out to Nails by way of where's she from? Pittsburgh or something like that. One of those states nobody ever visit. One of them, I don't know. But shout out to her. And this week, tonight, right now, we have a special guest. As a matter of fact, before I introduce the special guest, let me just go ahead. We're gonna play a video. This is how I'm gonna introduce my special guest tonight. So y'all get ready for this. We're gonna play a video to introduce the special guest. Let's go ahead and get it going right now. So here we go. We're introducing my special guest of the evening right now.
Breaching out of the water is a special adaptation learned by great whites at Seal Island to help them surprise and capture their prey. This intense daily breaching behavior lasts the entire South African winter and may be unique to Seal Island. The very same great whites that readily fly out of the water here seem reluctant to fly elsewhere. Colossus has never been observed breaching from the water. And now, the team wants to know if Seal Island has given him his wings.
Yeah, I got him. Over there, look where I'm pointing you on. That general area.
We found him swimming about 1 mile south of the island in an area frequented by adult sharks.
The drag against thousands of gallons of water obscures Dickie's vision and threatens to scrub the mission.
There's a bit of trouble, honey God. There's quite a bit of water pressure coming through.
We're going to leave it right there. Why did I play sharks? Why do we have sharks on the opening video? Because my special guest of this evening is the one, the only, Mr. Shark 413, also known as Mr. Shark. Let's welcome in Mr. Shark. There's a shark in the water. There's a shark in the water. Mr. Shark, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on, TDT? How are you this evening?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, my brother, Mr. Shark? There's a shark in the water, everyone.
We are doing well. Posh in the water, shark in the posh streets, however you want to call it. We are here. We are hanging out. I am glad to be here. It is good to be here.
Thank you for joining, man. Hey, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I know it's a Sunday, and a lot of people just relax and hang out and chill on Sundays. Except if you're a posher. If you're a posher, there's no days off. You're always listing, always hustling, always doing shows, always doing something. So thank you for taking your time out. I really appreciate you just giving your time to be with me this evening on this Sunday. Appreciate that.
No, I like the idea. I like what you're doing. I like how it is kind of a fledgling start for you in the whole podcast thing. And on YouTube, I think it is a excellent aggregation of your brand, of your personality. I think it's really going to work out for you. And I'm glad to be here on your second live week.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Jennifer says Mr. Shark is invisible. Yeah, I asked him earlier. I said, hey, Mr. Shark, are you gonna show them? Because let's talk about that. When I first saw you, you had on this, I don't know, an 1812 Knights of the Shining Armor King Arthur mask, and I first saw you, I was like, okay, that's when I first was in your show. I said, okay, that's an interesting looking, that's interesting. Okay, then I came back and you had the mask on again. I said, okay, it's something different that's going on here, and then I just kept watching you. So yeah, I asked him, Jennifer, y'all. I said, hey, are you gonna show your mask? Are you gonna show yourself? He said, nope. This is how it is. So whether he shows himself or not, y'all, Mr. Shark is in the building.
Well, here, let me give you a little bit of a better lighting situation here. How about that? Is that a little bit of a better lighting situation?
Well, it is. I mean, we can see more, but yeah, it was good before. But yeah, it kind of stands out more. What do y'all think,
so,
viewers? Go ahead.
So I've always had this disposition about going on camera ever since I was little. I've just never really liked being on camera. I just never have. I just feel like I feel like having, and there might be 5 or 6 pictures of me that have ever been taken that exist. I feel like my journey is my own, right? I feel like my journey is my own. And I feel like if there are more pictures of self out there, it kind of lessens the journey. It lessens the adventure for me. I definitely am. I'm not religious, but certainly I'm spiritual. I have Native American blood in my blood, in my heritage, and it's just kind of a belief that I kind of go with. Now, I'm grateful from what I've experienced as to keeping my identity a little bit private, right, and the people being respectful of that. Now, the mask when I first started going live I get a little anxious on camera. I get a little it's a little bit much for me. So I was able to, utilize that mask, and that helped me kind of cope and understand and deal with actually being on camera. And then I saw other people kind of going with like live stills, right? They would be running their lives and they would just be showing a situation like this that is a representation of themselves. And they just do like a voiceover. And that for me has progressed. So as far as that mask goes, I got good feedback on it. I got negative feedback on it. And then I realized I didn't really have to be on camera at all to be effective and to execute my little business plan that I had planned for, and it kind of developed. So right. Yeah, that's kind of the meaning behind the mask, or the lack of being on camera.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that, see, I thought the mask was you were just doing something different, kind of to just be different. But you're saying there was a reason behind it. You're saying that you didn't feel comfortable on camera, so you actually put the mask on that helped you be more comfortable, that helped you open up more, that helped you be more communicative. And that's why you wore the mask. Okay, it makes sense. I like that. I thought it was just, hey, I'm just gonna do something different. I'm gonna pop out blue.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It definitely helped me deal with like the anxiety of it and the craziness and kind of that. that kind of aspect of it. You know, like I was on Posh before lives were a thing, right? And there's a huge difference between what Poshmark was and what Poshmark is now. You have to go live. Like if you want to generate the business, if you want to be making the sales, like I was doing good. All right, so let's put this into context first off. Poshmark is at its core a buying and selling platform, right?
Right.
But like we're here to get good deals on things. And like you said, some people only are buyers, some people are only sellers. And then at its core, it is to buy and sell items. It's an e-commerce site. And so before the advent of the live shows, I was doing good. Like I've been buying and selling things for a long, long time, ever since I was a little boy. And it seems like once the lives started, my overall sales volume decreased. And I'm like, well, gosh, that means I'm going to be forced to go on camera and do these lives if I want to stay relevant, if I want to compete, if I want to get the name out there, right?
Right. Gotcha.
Which was always kind of a problem for me, is I never liked being on camera. Like there is no dating apps for Mr. Shark. Can you imagine somebody who doesn't show their face on an app like that? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't happen.
No, they're gonna swipe left all day or whatever it is, right, left.
swipe up, left, down. I don't understand how them shits work either.
Yeah, they're gonna swipe one way. It's gonna be some swiping going on. But yeah, go ahead.
Right, they're gonna be swimming away. They're gonna see the shark. They're gonna swim the other way. But the thing is, like to be on here, you know, I'm Mr. Shark 413. You know that's not like, and this is not Poshmark. So this is YouTube. This is StreamYard. Right. So it's not like I got to worry about saying, you know, certain things, or, you know, saying Mercari or saying whatnot, or saying some of these other things that are bleeped out in the chat.
Yes, good point.
So this format is also a easier way to be a bit more candid and not have to be looking over your back to see what the adult Poshmark adults are about to bloop out for you, about to censor for you.
Exactly. Avril is joined. What's going on? My friend Avril from Kansas. She's in the building. Good to see you, Avril. Yeah, so that's and it ends up working out for you not being on camera because you're still successful. Let's start here. Where do you currently reside? Where are you in the country?
So I'm Mr. Shark 413, and the 413 area code is the area code where I grew up in, where I've kind of always been. So as I'm Mr. Shark 413, are you? What are you? You're TDT.
I'm just yeah.
Like what are the first three? What are the first three of your phone number? I guess.
Oh, I'm from the 281, the H town.
All right, so 28. So what the 413 is Western Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and it's the forgotten part of the state, right? We're not talking about Boston. We're not talking about Cape Cod. We're not talking about, you know, the high populous areas. We're talking about the western part of the state where you can actually understand the English, where the air is somewhat clean, and you can get to a lot of places differently geographically. New England is very much the old new world. And if you all have been in my shows before, if you all have been out with me in the wild, and you see these incredible items that we're able to find on the regular, it is a reflection of the new old world in which I've always kind of been and where I reside.
Okay, that's why I was going to ask you, how is it there? What is it like? Is it a quiet area? Is busy? What is it? How is it there?
I mean, I live in a suburb of Springfield, Massachusetts. Springfield, Massachusetts, in this area, like, we love our basketball. I love my basketball. I love Dr. Seuss, and I love Smith & Wesson. And most people around here, being from the greater Springfield area, are going to have some affinity with those three things, as those are, you know, three of the main pillars of like local creation of those sorts of ideas and things that have been created. You know, it's all American stuff. It really is. It's an all American part of the country.
Really? Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. That's right. That's right. The quadrangle.
Okay. The green eggs and ham. I am, however it goes. I think I can.
Sam I am. Oh yeah. Love us some Dr. Seuss. Love Dr. Naismith. Love my basketball. And, you know, Smith, I mean, I am a big S&W guy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. We're not on Poshmark. I don't feel like anybody's looking over my back. So yeah, in this area, love our hoops, love our Dr. Seuss, and we love our Smith & Wesson.
You know, we're gonna get to that as far as basketball, because you and I both are basketball fans. Matter of fact, before the show started, you were watching the Boston Celtics. So
oh man, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
What's a normal day like for Mr. Shark in the water?
So
what do you do? Is it always Posh, or what do you do kind of to chill out, or what's a normal day for Mr. Shark?
I had my career. I went to college. I had my different careers. I did my trades, and I was really good at what I did. I have always had this propensity to like learn things fast and like and get bored with them and then want to learn something else. I do know that buying and selling things, being around antiques, being around vintage items, that's what I grew up around. Like my grandparents back in the day had their own little antique shop.
Oh wow.
And I remember when I was a little kid, little guy, I'd be driving around in the back of that Caprice wagon. We'd go all over New England.
Mhm.
This is before the internet. So we go all over New England. We'd go all over upper New York State. And I'd be in the back of that Caprice wagon going to the different little holes in the wall, different little antique shops. And my grandparents would always kind of pick up different antiques. And by the end of the day, that car was full of antiques and there was no room for me in the car. So I'd just be playing around in the back.
Mhm.
So I did a lot of things. Like I have learned a lot of things. I went to school for a bunch of different things. I got a bunch of different trade skills, and I've done work all over. And I find myself wanting to buy and sell things, and because it brings me back. It brings me back to when I was little. It's very natural for me. It's very organic. It's something I've been doing since I was a little kid, and I have a very established network of people in the area that know me. So a typical day, it is a lifestyle. So let's put this into perspective, right? Like it is a lifestyle. My light is always on. You can catch me on Instagram. You can catch me on Mercari. You can catch me on Poshmark. But you got to understand, the Mr. Shark 413 brand is not exclusive to Poshmark. We're not talking about Mr. Posh Shark. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mr. Shark 413 is non-exclusive. It is its standalone own brand where I can bring with me anywhere I go, where I can aggregate out to any sort of different website. I can bring it to Insta. I can bring it to YouTube. I can bring it to whatnot. I can bring it to all these different sites. And the ultimate goal is to be a standalone Mr. Shark 413 without the need of any of that. And we're working towards that each and every day. So what is a typical day in the Shark? The typical day for the Shark is to continue to market myself, continue to get the word out there, and to reach as many people as you can, to find the buyers, to generate the interest, to keep that money flowing, to keep the new items being rehomed to people who will appreciate them when these items would normally just be thrown into like a landfill, this and that. So it depends on the day. I do have a schedule. I'm a very organized and driven individual, you know.
I've seen that. I've seen you post your schedule several times in the chat during different live shows. So yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And it's important to stick to that. It's important to have like a consistent schedule and a consistent place where people can find you on the regular. Like if you're just doing pop-ups here, there, left and right, yesterday, tomorrow, I might do one today, but I'm not sure about tomorrow. I mean, there's no consistency there. If you're really trying to make some headway with this and actually, take it seriously, then you have to have consistency where people can find you, and you got to be available. Right. That light's got to be on. If you're into customer service and you're into marketing yourself, you got to be available. So being consistent and being available, I feel like, are the two most important things.
That is a good point, because there are a lot of people who posh just I don't know, just to posh, just to sell here and there. But there are people who take it serious and very professional. You yourself is, in fact, there's some people who watching who do the same thing. You, Threads of Reese, my friend Reese, Avril's another one. She's always on.
Avril's always rolling. Always rolling that one.
Always sharing, always, supporting. Same thing with Reese. Very professional, these are people who take it very seriously. They say, this is what I don't just do this for fun. I do this to grow a brand, and grow a business, to make some money, and they just keep at it. And I think that's how you branch out and get out there and explore different opportunities, or more doors open for you when you just stay consistent. Like I saw you, but the reason why I was attracted to your shows because you were always consistent. And I like how you, so what I'm hearing is, kind of back up a little bit. Since you grew up around antiques, going to antique show, little did you know that was going to prepare you for your style of doing live shows now, because you do a lot of antiques and things like that. So let's talk about that. What type of items does Mr. Shark sell? So
I consider myself a rehomer of unique, unusual, and unloved items. If you're going to ask me on the spot, I'm not a clothing dealer, although it could be clothing if it's an unusual, unseen, unloved item. I'm not a shoe centric individual, but if I find some dope Jordans that are super unusual that you don't find, that's going to be something you'll find in my inventory. I'm not a jewelry dealer. I'm not a jewelry specific dealer, But if I find a beautiful Monet piece or a beautiful Trifari piece that is unusual and unloved and vintage, you might see that in my inventory. So I consider myself a rehomer of the unusual, the unique, and unloved items that you just don't normally find out there in the streets unless you come and see somebody like the Shark.
Exactly. When did you first join Poshmark? I always like to know when people start out.
Well, that is an excellent question, TDT. I mean, I've been on Posh now since February of 2022, I believe, and
Okay.
this was approximately 6 months before the live notification. Now, my first live was March 29th of last year, and we are now coming up on my 1 year live Poshiversary, and that's going to be a big show, man. That is all my pocketbooks. That is all my purses. This is all a bunch of unlisted exclusive items. So I would encourage you all to check me out March 29th, Friday, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. That is my 1 year going live Poshiversary, and that show is going to be crazy. There's going to be some amazing items. We're going to have a lot of fun. Check it out. You're going to want to be there.
Well, congratulations, because to have all this going in just a year, see, that's what I'm talking about. When you take it seriously and you be consistent, you know, people can watch your show and would assume you've been on for doing lives for like 5 years, even though the live feature hasn't been in play active that long. But you can watch your show and just get a sense. Oh, he's been doing this a long time, but you've been doing it less than a year, and to already to come on my podcast and to have people helping you out on the show and to be having an anniversary, you know, that says to how you're kind of growing it, as you spoke of earlier. You want to grow it and you want to launch it out. So
that doesn't just happen by itself either. You know, this takes perseverance. This takes motivation. And yeah, sure, I've been on Posh for only a couple of years, but I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and I already have an established customer base and network out there that knew me and knew how to find me.
Jennifer says, Jennifer Roto, she says, I love antiques, but having a hard time selling on eBay. I'd rather do that than clothes. So also Jennifer Roto also likes antiques. Well, maybe Mr. Shark can help you out.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting that a bunch of the people now that I have known as Lux dealers or designer clothes dealers or shoe dealers are starting to kind of move into that space more and more. I'm starting to see that within my circle. I'm starting to see that kind of within the people that I'm familiar with. And it's interesting to see how people are starting to abandon one thing and trying to go towards something else.
Well, it's always growing, always evolving. You have to stay with the time, stay where the buyers are going, stay where the interest is. So it's always growing. Although you can still have, you know, Posh, you can always do Posh, but you know, it's good to always also expand and branch out. So yeah, that's good. I have a question for you.
Sure.
So when I first saw your show, you had kind of the normal show, I guess, that people would have, you know, where you just stand there, you sell different items. But then eventually you started branching out, as you call it, into the wild, in the deep, the water. The shark is swimming far away from the house now. It's not just in the house. And you started driving and going to these different thrift stores and antique stores and, you know, garage sales, estate sales. What other than, is it because you grew up around the antiques, or what inspired you to do that? Because it's very innovative. It's different. You know, I haven't seen anybody else do it. So
that's something that I've always done. That's something that my brother and I used to do for fun. That's something that I've been doing for years and years and years. People, like I said, people out there in the industry know me because they remember me from when I was little. There's a bunch of different estate sale companies in the area, and I'm familiar with all their owners. You know, this is not just something that happened overnight. This is something that I've been doing for many years, and I have a recognition for, and people will give me a call. Like a lot of times I get access to places because of my reputation out there that other people simply just will not get access to because they're not known like that. Now, you're talking about how, when the shows first started, there was like a standardized way that people were doing them. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, you know what? This is not going to work for me. My entire life, I've always been told how I go about things differently. Like every sort of job that I've always had, I would go into a job and look how things were done. And then I would always kind of innovate and come up with my own techniques and way to do things. And lo and behold, people who were working there for 10, 20 years would start to emulate my techniques and my ideas. And it was interesting to see how tenured people in specific industries would take to a person like me who who spurs innovation, who spurs ideas, who spurs thought. And I just that's just kind of the type of dude I am. And to see that actually taking place now again on Poshmark is just a reflection of the type of innovative entrepreneur type of dude that I really am.
And it also, I believe, shows that you were confident in doing that, because when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is different. He's going this. I don't know how long he's going to be doing this, or I don't know if he's just trying something different. But then you kept doing it. You kept doing it and got a larger following and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And now you become known as doing that. So you stuck with it. You stuck with it.
It's also very natural to me. It's also part of the type of person I am. I'm not trying. I'm not like trying. You know what I mean? Like certain hosts out there, I'll be honest, certain hosts out there, they try too hard. They come across as fake. They come across as shallow. It's not like that for me. This is just this is an energy. This is a vibe. This is a thing that is within me that I've just always kind of had. And this is a natural kind of progression to what I've always done.
Gotcha. Mustard Family has joined. Good to see you, Mustard Family. Like I said, we're live, y'all. So if you have questions, if you want to,
I know Mustard Family. How are you? Welcome in, Mustard Family. I know who that is. It is good to see you in here. I know who that is.
Mustard Family in the building. Giselle has a question. Giselle Valerie. She says, "Do you find glass hard to ship? Is it hard to ship glass?"
So, all right. So that is an excellent question. And if I'll put it to you like this, there is a difference between shipping clothing and shipping a piece of Fenton crystal glass from like the 50s that's super fragile. This is my shipping technique is something that I have developed and rehomed and gotten better at over the years. And what I would say to you is that, do I find shipping glass difficult? It certainly takes time. And if you don't do it properly, you're going to have a lot of upset customers. And I would encourage you to read my reviews and my love notes about my shipping practices.
Good point. Yeah, because the love notes tell a lot about, you never know who's looking at your love note. You have buyers on Poshmark all day and all night. You never know who's reading those love notes. So it's good to, that's a good point. Take care. I bought several items where they wrap it up tight and have a lot of cushion and styrofoam and things, because they want to make sure the customer is happy. That way they don't get a bad review and things like this. So yeah, Giselle, basically I hear him saying that you just have to take care of the item, and when you ship it, make sure.
So on the other side of that, though, you also don't want to wrap it up so much that people are like, oh my gosh, look at this individual using up all the shipping material. That's going to go into the waste paper basket, and you're just wasting it. So I've had some feedback on that end as well. You don't want to overwrap things. You don't want to be using all the extra shipping material and then the people are going to be like, wow, this person is really kind of wasteful. There's a balance that you really got to strike.
Jennifer says, does it help to follow people on eBay? I'm just stuck not getting views on stuff. Does it help to follow? I don't know. Are you on eBay? I don't know if you're on eBay.
I am. So I am on eBay. eBay is oversaturated with sellers. There, I said it.
Do you follow people on eBay?
No, I don't. I don't follow specific sellers. I don't follow specific sellers, specific shops. There was a time when eBay was smaller and it wasn't oversaturated with sellers. That time has long since passed. I know that a lot of people, and we're talking a lot of people, source off of eBay to sell on Posh and other sites. A lot of people do that. And that has to do with I got a business background. I went to school for business. That has to do with supply and demand. There is way more supply from sellers on eBay, and there's way less demand than there used to be. So that's why you see a lot of people sourcing off eBay and selling on Posh, for example.
Right. Thank you, Reese. I appreciate the kind words. What's going on, Miss D? Miss D is in the building from Canton, Mississippi. She's in the house. Hey, you spoke a little bit about the items you sell. Now I want to show the people, because there may be some people who are watching, and this is going to stay on YouTube, so people are going to go back and watch, and I believe it's going to get a lot of views as the days go on. But I want to show people just a little glimpse of what Mr. Shark sells. So if you're kind of wondering, what kind of items is he talking about? Let's take a look real quick. We're going to take a quick look at the type of items you can find in the closet of Mr. Shark.
70s, honestly. This is an incredible deal for $25. This is a $35, $40 piece. This is really, really nice. And it's not a reproduction. Look at the bottom of it. That is not a reproduction. This is an original cobalt blue hermetically sealed canister. That is really a beautiful, beautiful thing. See what else we got around the house that we can look at here. Suppose I should put these away. Put these away. I should put those away. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. All right, how about this? Any interest in the pewter lion? How beautiful is that? This is a pewter lion. One of a kind. It's got the felt on the back of it. Isn't this neat? For the pewter lion, I'll run the pewter lion for you. How about $15 for the pewter lion?
First of all, what the heck is a pewter lion? I've never heard that in my life. What is that?
So pewter is a material that is not quite silver. Okay. It's not quite gold. It's not copper. It is a workable metal that you'll find. It was popular like during the mid-century. You'll find like pewter candlesticks, goblets, plates, all sorts of different things, pewter figurines. And that is becoming more and more sought after, I'm finding, in society, in the consumer market. So pewter is a malleable, workable, artesian metal that people can carve things and create things out of.
Okay. And as soon as you ran it for auction, it sold immediately. It wasn't even you said, hey, look, I have a pewter lion. I think it reminded me of Scar from Lion King. I just didn't want to say that.
A little bit, sure. A little bit.
And then as soon as you ran it, it sold. So somebody knows what it is and somebody wanted to see. That's the type of things you can find. That's just a little glimpse, y'all, of what you can find.
So can I just kind of capitalize on that for just a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we take a closer look at my still life setup here? Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys a couple other items here. So check this out.
I'm gonna bring you.
So check these out. Oops, check these out. What are those? What are those right there? We got some LV locks.
LV lock and keys. Okay.
This is an absolutely gorgeous mid-century hobnail lamp. Milk glass. That is really, really incredible, and it works. Do you see this double-tiered tray right here? Yeah, if you all have never seen nothing like this, is because these are super hard to find. This is a $250, $300 piece. That is an absolutely incredible, incredible item. We should absolutely take a look at these. Let me see if I can get you situated. So this right here, I have been fortunate and lucky enough to find these. These are these hand-blown, one-of-a-kind glass flowers. No two of these are the same. These are incredibly hard to find, and when you do find them, people are asking $50, $60 for them. I've been able to source and got a lead because people know me in the area. People know what I'm into. They know that I like unusual items, and I was able to source and find a bunch of these. I have a bunch of different styles of them. So yeah, and I'm into other things too. Like check out this 1980s Sony boombox. So I mean, these are items, and it works. Like that thing is fully functional with a tape cassette and all of that. So these are the type of items that I'm in tune for, that I'm looking for, and that I know to find. Like my grandpa, when he was still around, he said to me, because I was always really anxious to go to the sales, to go to the places. I wanted to be the first one there and the last one to leave, right? And he said to me, "Little Shark." He said, he didn't call me Little Shark because I wasn't Shark then, but he said, "You know what?" He's like, after you kind of, yeah, he's like, little man, he's like, after you've been around for a while, he's like, you can still find things in the last hour on a Sunday before the sale's over, so long as you're educated and you know what you're looking for. So don't be in a rush, you guys. Once you kind of learn what you're doing, once you kind of learn your shtick, once you kind of learn your industry, you can find some really amazing things. You just gotta be well equipped up top. You gotta be well equipped with your experience and know what you're looking at.
I mean, you got all kind of stuff in there, man.
All kinds of stuff. All kinds.
Stuff everywhere. Matter of fact, we're gonna go. We'll be right back, y'all. We're gonna show y'all one more clip of Mr. Shark. I think I think this is the one where you kind of got me laughing a little bit. Let me see if this is it. It might be it. Let me see.
70s, honestly. This is an incredible deal for $25. This is a $35, $40 piece. This is really, really nice. For sure. Not something you see every day. I think, I mean, we can talk about it. I mean, we can discuss it we can have a conversation about what we might like to do with the veggies. So here we go. This is a wooden, that thing. I mean, it's a wooden one of those. It is a wooden one of those. And here's a wooden pepper. You can see the grains in it and how it's painted. These are really nice for what they are. So you got the wooden pepper and the wooden that thing. You ready? The wooden pepper and the wooden that thing. Dave, these are going together. These are going together. 18 bucks, 30 seconds. Each one of these are one of a kind, hand painted, and they're wooden. They're not glass, they're not ceramic, they're not porcelain. What other versions did we have? We've had a bunch of different versions of these vegetables.
You said a wooden pepper and a wooden that thing. What was that thing? Was that a cucumber, a zucchini, squash? What was that?
It's one of them. I mean, zucchini, cucumber, pickled, eggplant. It's all the same sort of scary type of vegetable to me. And I tell you what, you see something like that in low light, I am gonna run. I'm going the other way. They scare me.
What's up, Nails? Nails is in the building. Nails, he said it's a wooden pepper and a wooden that thing. Then you see how he flicked the little thing again? He said, "Bing." I'm just trying to go to the grocery store and be like, yeah, let me have a pepper and that thing. What is that, man? What is that? I don't know all my fruits. Okay, so those are the other type of items you sell.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of things in there. And one thing, I see you in a lot of different shows on Poshmark. I see you because I'm in a lot of different shows. The reason I go to a lot of different shows is because a lot of people come to my show. So if I have time, I'll go to their show. I'll check out what they're doing. I'll support when I can. I see you in a lot of different shows. Do you think being in a lot of like just different shows, do you think that do you believe that it staying active helps you grow your audience as far as like kind of being there a bit so people knowing who you are? Is that a part of growing your audience when you go to these different shows?
That is such an excellent question. And let's this I feel like we should talk about for a little bit. So I am not on here as my name, right? I'm not on here as my government name. Right. I'm on here as Mr. Shark 413. Mr. Shark 413 buys and sells things. I can't dance. I can't play the guitar. I am not a singer. I cannot play the piano. I'm not an artist. But gosh, I am an excellent negotiator, and I am really, really good at rehoming unusual and unique items. So my motivation to be on Posh, because it's a buyer and seller platform, is to buy and sell things. So what goes along with that, and I went to school again for business. A huge part of being able to buy and sell things is being able to market yourself, is being able to further your brand, and to be on a platform that has such a receptive community, and you don't have to pay to like take an ad out in the paper. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta pay for airtime on TV. This is a platform where you can market yourself for free. And the more places that you get your name out, if you just like, one of the things that I'm very fond of saying, I return the kindness where I find it, right? So where I find the kindness, I return that kindness. And that word of mouth gets out. One person tells one person, that person tells two people. And then all of a sudden you have an incredible following. So yeah, I'm out there to support the Posh community. Absolutely. I'll share things out. I'll give people a shout out like I do you and my show. My show, I'm a seller. I'm not a share show host. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not a shock show host. I'm not there's a bunch of different styles of people out there, but I'm a seller. So when I'm giving a shout out, when I'm returning kindness, when I'm saying, fond things and fond things of a individual in the show, that's in a room full of buyers. I feel like that is something that gets lost in the understanding of marketing yourself. So do I feel that being in a bunch of different shows and showing the kindness and showing the love, does that make a difference in a marketing strategy? Yeah, it is an absolutely genius marketing strategy, and I am highly successful at it. Absolutely.
That's a good point, because Posh is not going to market you. They're not going to send out a notification that, hey, y'all tune in to Mr. Shark 413. He has a show in 3 hours. They're not going to do that. So you have to do it yourself. You have to find ways to do it. And I found that to be so when I first started, when doing live shows. And then when I would go into these different shows, And I would be amazed at the people who knew me. And then I didn't go there to be known. I just went to kind of support and laugh, make people laugh, just kind of just chill in the show. And people, oh, I see you over here, I see you over there. And then people just kind of know you in that community. So yeah, I agree as well. It does help to get you out there. It's kind of, and you mentioned, here's another question, because you mentioned you're not a share show host. You're a seller.
I am a rehomer of unique items. I consider myself a rehomer of unique, unloved, and unusual items.
A rehomer of unique, unloved, and unique items. Okay.
Correct.
It kind of reminds me of Reese. Reese is watching by way of New Orleans right now. She's also a seller. She doesn't do share shows, and she's really good at it as well. So do you think, what are the advantages? Like, why? Okay, let me ask you this. Why do some people, well, I guess you can only speak for yourself, but you see people who do share shows, you see people who only do sell their items. And what I've noticed is the people who are consistent with selling their own items, they get known for just selling their items, but they still have a big audience. And there are some people who have 80 people in their shows, and all they're doing and all they do is their items, and they actually sell, everything sells, but they don't. But some people feel like you do share shows so that you can grow your audience. However, some people have never done a share show and they're growing their audience. So do you think, why is it you think that the people who only sell their items are also successful?
So there are different techniques, ways of going about it. There are different personality types, right? Like some people are just super, super social, and they want to be in front of, they want everybody to like them. They want everybody to know them. They want everybody to interact with them. All I know is if you're true to yourself and you're genuine and you're honest and you're kind and you don't come across as fake and you come across as real, people are going to gravitate towards you, whether you're doing a share show, whether you're doing an entertainment show, whether you're a seller. It really comes down to that. If you're real, you're honest, and you're true to yourself, people are going to gravitate towards that regardless of what you're doing. And they're going to find you and they're going to support you. And that's what I find is happening.
Good. That's what I tell people. Just be yourself. People ask, people say,
be yourself, be cool. Be yourself, be cool, be kind. Right. Show the love where the love is shown to you. And people gravitate towards that. Don't try too hard. Don't try to be something you're not. People see through that fakeness. They really do.
Yeah. And people ask me, I'm about to do my first live show. Any tips? I just say, hey, be yourself. Be yourself. Have fun, get people engaged, which is something you're very good at. I do that as well, but I see you're good at it as well. You're good at engage. You stay up. How important do you think it is to stay in tune with the chat? Because you have some hosts, they read the chat once every 30 minutes. They'll read the chat. They missed all kind of requests. Hey, can you rerun the red one? Rerun the white. And then they look back. Oh, let me see what I missed. But I realized you are kind of like me. You stay engaged with the chat. You give shout outs in the chat. You read the chat. How important is it staying engaged with the chat?
It's crucial. I mean, when I go into a show and I put the shark, the happy face emoji, and I put, the TDT with the exclamation points, we'll just use that for example. You're looking for that host then to acknowledge you. You're looking for that host to give you a shout out, to be like, hey, this person is in here. They're saying hi to me. They're spending their own personal time. They could be anywhere else in the Posh streets doing whatever else they want to do, but they're in the show and they're saying what's up to you. You got to give people like that the respect, the love that they showed you. If they're spending their time, if they're spending their energy to say what's up to you in a show, to say hi to you, then yeah, you need to be saying hi back to them. You need to be acknowledging them. All people really want is to feel accepted, to be acknowledged, and to have respect shown the same way that they show the respect to you.
That's right. That's true, man. Yeah, because that's what I've found out, that staying engaged with the chat. You know how I do. You can get, anybody can get it on my show. Especially if you come in here talking about me, Jennifer Rodo. I didn't want to say names, but you come in here roasting me, then you're gonna get it. But that's just a way of me staying engaged,
And that's your personality, man. That's your personality, and people can see your genuineness. People can see your genuineness. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, don't take this dude the wrong way. If he's not razzing you, if he's not giving you a little bit of grief, he don't want you in your show anyway. That's the type of dude. That's the type of dude he is, right? If he's not having fun with you, then I mean, that's just kind of the person you are, and that comes across so genuine and so real, and then people gravitate towards that, man. They really do.
Thank you, man. Yeah, Reese says that's why I say welcome so much. Yeah, if you ever go, there she is right there. If you ever go to Threads of Reese show, she'll say welcome in 100 times. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
It's important. It is important to do that. Now, there's a little bit. there's a little bit.
Welcome in. I said, okay, you didn't have to sing it, but thank you for welcoming.
There's a little bit more to add to that. Like, as I kind of been rolling, I found people have been gravitating towards me, right? Like, I got Small Fish Crafts and I got Lila's Boutique. Those are my two resident administrators. And when I'm out there in the wild doing my thing, it is damn near almost, it is super difficult to see everything that's going on in the chat.
Right.
Like, you know, sometimes you miss people saying hi. Sometimes you miss people saying what's up. And that's to be like with the style of show that I do, where I'm not on camera, where I'm rocking third person and I'm kind of out there kind of looking at all the stuff, trying to find things for the people. Having those extra set of eyes, having those extra fins in the room to help engage the room has been absolutely crucial to the Mr. Shark 4-3 experience. And I cannot say enough about Small Fish Crafts and Lila's Boutique, about how they have augmented and supercharged and really made the experience of the Mr. Shark 4-3 and the Wild Show really unlike anything else that's on Posh. Because let's face it, you know, there's not only are we out there in the wild, other people have done this, right? Like other people have gone out there in the wild, so to speak, and try to pull this off. They haven't made it. They have not been able to pull it off. And it's a collaboration. It is a collaboration of the community. And it's not just me doing it. You know, it's not just me. This is everybody working together to get to that end, to create that really unique interactive experience.
You know what?
You can't do it by yourself.
You can't do it by yourself. That was gonna be my next question. Actually, I have it down here. Small Fish Crafts. Jennifer Polo is in the building. How did that? You kind of touched on it a little bit. It's important to have that extra set of eyes because your style of show is different. You're not just standing in front of a camera going from.
I'm not on camera at all.
Things. Yeah, well,
nobody else does what I do. Nobody else does what we do.
You're not doing any of that. So you talked about that, but how did that come about? Because on your show today, you mentioned it. You said, "Hey, I didn't ask her to do this." What made Small Fish Crafts be your kind of to help you out in that way?
That you would have to ask her. But what I can tell you is, I encountered Small Fish Crafts before we had lives. I was Mr. Shark 4-3. I kept seeing this Small Fish Crafts username, and our two business brands seem like they go together, right? They seem like they go together. Yeah. Mr. Shark 4-3 and Small Fish Crafts, they seem like kind of a yin and a yang. You have a small fish and you have a shark, right? So I just had, like, my entire life, I've always had an inclination. I've always had a feeling for things. I have like this gut instinct for things, whether it's finding things out in the wild or with people and vibes, right? And something just told me to reach out to this individual, and we just started going back and forth, getting to know each other a little better. And you got to understand, these are business relationships. This is not, you know, my government name and Jennifer Polo, right? This is Mr. Shark 4-3 and Small Fish Crafts. This is a business built relationship. We keep it professional. We don't put up with no junk in our show. We're not talking about anybody on a personal level. We keep it professional. We try to create the best, most inclusive and interactive experience that we can together, and we both benefit from it. Now, no, I never asked her to be on there. I never asked Lila to be in the show, but for some reason, we found each other. We gravitated towards each other. We worked off of each other, and our ability to market together has really supercharged each one of our businesses. And you can ask either one of them, since we've all been kind of hanging out together, they're getting more views, they're getting more likes, and they're getting more notoriety. It really works like that.
And I haven't I know who Lila's Boutique is, but I haven't really seen much of her. But I've noticed that when I do see it, it's normally Small Fish Crafts who's helping you out doing the talking. And I think it does work because she's very articulate. She's clear. She says, "Hey," I remember one time she said, "Hey, go back." She almost kind of got on you a little bit. Can you hear me, Mr. Shark? Go backwards. She wants you to go back to the other aisle, whether free people or whatever it was. And he said, "Okay, let me go back over here first." And then somebody was in your way, so you had to get around them. You have to navigate.
That's difficult. Yep.
It's good to have somebody to navigate you.
It is
telling you what's going on.
And again, it's a business relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not afraid to tell me or say anything to me, and I respect her for that. You know, if I'm messing something up, if I'm missing something, she is on me. She is letting me know, and it is nothing personal. It is based in business and is based in respect.
Jennifer, y'all do make a good team. She says we make a good team. Hey, speaking of Small Fish Craft, she says she also believes some shows help our mental health because we can engage and have fun instead of just being lonely. So that's a good point. You know, it can be therapeutic. It helps you not.
But there's also a other aspect to that where passion is an addiction, and If Posh is taking over your life and your significant other is being like, hey, you care more about Posh than you do me, that's a very real occurrence too. You know, there needs to be some sort of balance. Like I've run into that. I've run into it where it's like, where you're spending all this time on Posh, you're not really paying attention to me as much as you should. And I get that. I absolutely get that. And it is a very difficult balance to maintain. It really is.
Jennifer Roto said that, not Jennifer Polo. Well, Polo, Odo, Moto, Scoto. It's pretty much they all look the same. She should have been, anyways. Jennifer Roto said that. She wanted to clear that. Put some respect on my name. I think that's what she was trying to say. But yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a balance that needs to be struck. I've heard it plenty. Like I have to take a break from Posh from time to time. Like I won't be around on the Posh streets for a while. But at the same time, because this is my lifestyle, I have to be available. Like this is what I do for a living, right? So It's hard for me to break away from. It's hard to break away from it. It's hard to break away and to separate, you know, the Mr. Shark from the actual person that I am. It's hard to do that sometimes. It is, and I cannot be the only one that has experienced that. But at a certain point, you know, if it's affecting your personal relationships with your personal, you know, family and all that, then you really got to take a hard look at what you're doing and how much time you're spending where. I feel like that is not talked about enough, TDT. And that is something that we all got to kind of take a look at ourselves and be like, you know what? Maybe I do need to take a break off Posh for a while. Maybe I do need to get my personal situation right. And then maybe we can go back to Posh.
Right. See, you know, that's why I think I'm able to do that because you just have to have other things going on. You know, it can't be, I guess if it's your full time, it can be your main focus, but I don't look at it as if, oh man, I need to check to see what's going on Posh. I'll do it because, hey, I just want to do it. But I think having other things in your life, having, just kind of having multiple things going on, you know, it causes you to spend time over here, spend time over here, spend time over here. Knowing who you are, that helps too. Like if you feel like you need Posh to know who you are, then you might want to kind of just reevaluate who you are as a person. But yeah, it can be, I see where it can be very addicting, especially if you're making a whole lot of money on Posh. You know, you just stay on it all day, all night, you know.
I'm not making tons of money, but I see it. I see the marketing aspect of it. Like I use it, you know, I'm not on here as my government name, right? Like I'm not on here as my person. I'm on here as Mr. Shark as my brand. So yeah, I'm always trying to market myself, keep my name relevant, keep my name out there. You might see me in 2 or 3 different shows all at the same time. You might see that. And I'm not the only one who does that. You know what I'm saying? Like there are other people that are marketing themselves in such a way that they're in more than one show at more than one time. A lot of people have different items and different share shows all at once. And so my primary usage for social media as Mr. Shark 413 is to market myself, to get notoriety, to drive business. This is e-commerce. This is buying and selling. This is what it is at the core. It is not social media for me. It's become social media, but for me, that's not what it is. It is an ability to market yourself in an effective way so you can drive business, so you can make that money. Let's be real.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about seeing that bid come on the screen. You know, everybody, whether you're doing a share show, selling items, whether you're like me doing costumes and trying to sell items, if you're trying to a shark in the wild, it's about seeing that bid. When you hitting the bid before that red zone comes. When that red zone comes, you're like, okay, well, yeah, you sure y'all don't want it? Is everybody broke minus money like Jennifer Roto? What's going on? You forget about everything else. Marketing, all that. It's about that dollar. Right? Reese know what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, it's about seeing bid 15, bid 30, bid 25.
This is America. It's a capitalist society. You know, we are all a product of our environment, and it is what it is.
Jennifer. Oh, we have another Jennifer in the building. Jennifer, I think it's Bone. B-O. The H is silent, I believe. Jennifer Bone is in it. How you doing, Jennifer? We have 3 Jennifers watching this evening. Hello to all the Jennifers in the house.
I like Jennifer. I've always had good interactions with that name. Always had good interactions with Jennifer and Jenny.
Jennifer, Jenny.
Welcome in, Jennifer. Welcome in, Jenny. Welcome in, Jen. Always had good experiences with any and all of those names. Welcome in, you guys, you ladies.
T. Smith, what's going on? T. Smith is in the building. Good to see you, T. Smith. Thank you for joining. Yeah, keep the questions rolling. Keep the chat going. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching, go ahead and subscribe. And also, when you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Hey, you talked about small fish crafts, and you know, I have a clip, not of her, but in regards to a fish. We're gonna
Uh-oh.
let's take a look at this next clip, y'all.
Uh-oh.
And then we'll be right. Let's take let's take a look at this next clip, and then we will be right back.
Oh, she's sleeping. Come here, Shark. You see her? You see her back there? You see her back there? You see her kind of chilling up in there? There she is. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Because she does. She absolutely hears music. Yeah, she's a betta fish. She's a good girl. It's a female betta fish. I've had male betta fish before, but they're, quite honestly, the male betta fish don't have the same sort of personality, and they're dumb. Like female betta fish are way more inquisitive. They're smarter, and they'll absolutely interact with you. But I think she's sleeping, honestly. I think she might be asleep. No, she's cute. She is definitely cute. Yeah, she's chilling. She's just doing her thing.
You had to hit her with that laser. You said, "Did y'all see that laser?" He's like, "Hold on, is she asleep? Is she? I hope she ain't dead. Let me hit her with the laser." Real quick.
Yeah, sure. I'd say those things will chase the laser pointer. She was sleeping. She's a good girl. That's my little buddy Sharpness. She's my pal.
Yeah, the betta fish. You said the males are dumb. So that's a
female.
They
kind of are. They're kind of dumb. Yeah, I like the female betta fish. I kind of like them. They're not as aggressive. They definitely got better personalities, and they are without question smarter than the males. It's not even a question.
That's nice, man, that you got a fish. Everything is about water. Shark in the water, shark in the wild, small fish.
Yo, what's crazy about that? You are never going to catch me in the ocean. Like, I'm never going into the ocean. Like, I don't like boat. Like, a boat on the ocean. If I'm on a boat in the ocean, I know where the life preserver is. I know where the lifeboats are. I know how to save myself if I'm on a boat in the ocean. You will not find me in an ocean. I am not that type of shark. I'm a land shark.
You're a land shark. You swim up on the dock. Okay.
It is the posh in the street. It is the shark in the streets. It is not a shark in the water. It is a shark on a skateboard. It is a shark on the basketball court. It is not a shark in the water. Not this one. I am all set.
Well, you might as well be a snake then. How about Mr. Snake 413? What do you think?
Because snake, I don't like the terms. Being called a snake is like being called a rat. I don't like either of those terms, honestly.
Okay, I got you. What's going on? We got more people joining. VIP Couponer has joined.
Hey, welcome in, everyone.
Aaron Bentkowski is in the building. Hey, she has a question. She says, does Mr. Shark wear that neck phone holder at the thrift store? And what do people say? You know what, Aaron, that's a good question, because I was thinking the same thing. I noticed that it's very different how you do it. You're able to have free hands, but also, do you have the phone? Is it on your head? How are you doing that?
I carry it in my teeth. I carry it in my shark teeth. I wear my fittings. You guys see me with my fittings, right? My fittings. You guys see that, right?
You wear it. Say it again. How do you do it?
I carry it in my teeth. I put a piece of duct tape on the back of it, and I double it over, and I stick that to my forehead. Okay,
so to her question, do they look at you like, what's going on with this dude? Do y'all see him? Look at him.
Have you guys not seen the show? People are always in my vicinity. People are always gravitating towards me. People are always in my area. People are always looking at me, checking me out, seeing what is going down. So yeah, do I get the attention out there in the streets, in the wild? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That's interesting. And then you actually named one of your views. Matter of fact, I wrote it down. You have a shark pocket view. Tell us about the shark pocket view.
So the shark pocket view is a button-down short sleeve shirt that I like to wear that has a shirt pocket. And y'all just kind of chill in my shirt pocket.
Wow. So you are your own tripod. You don't believe in tripods because you are the tripod, whether it's the forehead, the pocket, you do it yourself.
Oh, so yeah, all that GoPro harness contraption, trapeze, all that's not necessary. Hey, come up I'm just saying. I mean, these are all things that I've improvised. These are all things that through trial and error that I've just kind of come up with. And I would encourage each and every one of you to kind of improvise, live your life, and come up with your own ideas. Like they say, uh, invention is the mother of necessity, right? So whatever you need, until you figure it out, until you need it, that's how you invent it.
That's how you invent it. What's going on? Shannon is in the building. Shannon Gartner. All Mr. Shark's friends in the chat. Okay, these are all your homies. So a few of them, I know a few of them as well. Thank y'all for tuning in.
I see you, Sharks, and I see you, my Sharks in here. Welcome in, you guys. It's good to see you all supporting us this evening.
Hey, if you're a Mr. Shark follower and supporter, go ahead and put some. I don't know if they have sharks emojis on the. I don't know how y'all can do it. I was gonna say put some.
That's a good question.
But
that's a good question.
If there's a shark, go ahead and put it in the chat. Some guy asked him today if he had some kind of button on his phone. I believe somebody asked you something today about a button. You should have said, "Hey, every phone has a button." So what are you talking about?
So what I am starting to encounter are people are starting to come up to me and they're starting to ask me, "Am I certain people out there, like in the world?" Like this sort of streaming thing is becoming more and more recognized and more popular. And I have been approached more than a few times being asked, "Am I so-and-so? Am I so-and-so? Am I so-and-so?" TDT, can you imagine? And maybe, you know what? Maybe it's different for you. You are an excellent entertainer. Maybe it's different for you. But for me, I'm an introverted sort of dude. I am horrified by the fact that I would be recognized and just random people that I have no idea who they are would recognize me from a show that would come up to me and want to get like a selfie or want to talk to me because of that. That terrifies me. I want nothing to do with fame. I want nothing to do with fortune. I do this because it is fun, because I'm able to do what I want on my own terms. And I am genuinely, really just loving life and how this is working out. So I've already been approached a few times about that, and it was so scary.
Well, I think it comes with it, whether you want it to happen or not. The more your business grows, the more your voice gets known, the more your face gets, well, you're not going to see your face on camera, but the more
we're trying our best not to. We're trying our best not to, but go ahead.
The more you get known, it's just going to happen anyways. Hey, your voice, you the guy that goes around, selling stuff on the Poshmark auction, it's just going to happen anyways,
And so the voice thing, you and I both have kind of a distinct voice, I feel like. So I feel like that is absolutely going to happen. I'm prepared for that. It is something I have thoroughly thought about, and I have like a contingency plan for all of that. So yeah, you're absolutely right with that. It will eventually happen, but no need to rush it.
Jennifer, Small Fishcraft says the Turkey Trot 2024. What is that? And what are you talking about?
Don't worry.
Trot. Hey, Jennifer, are you watching the news? Are you watching? What are you watching? She's like I always say, she's always deep in the streets, the posh streets anyway. She knows about everything that's going on. She said,
so listen, there's a bunch of different reasons why I don't go on camera, right? Like I want people to show up and hang out because they like the person, because they like the experience. I'm not trying to go on camera and have people show up just because of some superficial reason, because of what I look like, because of what I might be wearing, because of what kind of bling I'm wearing, this and that. I'm not looking for people to show up because of superficial reasons. I want people in the show who genuinely want to be there, who appreciate what we do and just kind of like the vibe, like the persona, like the individual. I don't want to go on camera.
Miss D says, Mr. Shark is really awesome. He will probably ignore the people not being rude. Not being rude, but you probably ignore him. I don't know what Miss D. Are you all right? I don't know. What are you saying? I think you left out a few punctuations. I don't know, but shout out to Miss D. She says you'll probably be. Anyways, let's keep moving. Miss D, come on now. I think she's trying to say you'll probably ignore him anyways. I don't know, but Miss D is my home. Hey, Miss D is my friend. I can mess with Miss D. Miss D.
Oh, of course you can. Oh yeah, that's one of your people from your show. Oh yeah. What's up, Miss D? Good to see you in here hanging out with us.
T. Smith says, Mr. Shark, we respect your privacy. You are amazing. As a blind person, I know people by voice. The more unique voices are very helpful. Okay, all right now.
Well, that's an interesting perspective.
You know what, Reese? That's a good point, Reese. I've never heard you laugh until today. Yes, your laugh is interesting. Reese says she loves your laugh. He kind of got one of those. It's different. It's like you're doing martial arts. Anyway, hey, I got a question. So since I noticed, like we can see in the videos, that you have a lot of things all around your house. I mean, today, as a matter of fact, in every room you went all the way to the bedroom to look for a tomato. Do y'all remember that? And the tomato wasn't in there. So you said, where is that tomato? Well, I got to find that tomato. That tomato is, I know I put it right here. I put it right here. I know I did, but it's no longer here. Let's see if we can find it. I'm not reading the chat right now. Small Switchcraft, take over the chat. And he went around the house and you finally found that tomato. So with that being said, you have stuff everywhere. Since you have things everywhere that you can show on camera, does it even take, do you have time to prepare, or do you need to prepare? Because, you know, if on a random show, a regular show like myself, maybe Reese, they have to prepare, get the clothes on the rack, you know, kind of organize them and just say, okay, here's my rack. I'm going to put some Free People here. I'm going to put some, I don't know, some Ralph Lauren here. I'm going to put some Louis Vuitton bags here. But your stuff is everywhere. So do you have to prepare, or you can just go live and just start going anywhere, picking up stuff? You know what I mean?
So this again is a lifestyle for me. You know, I have my home. I got no wife. I got no kids. I got no dog, no cat. I got none of that, right? So my house is full of my inventory. So do I got to prepare for shows? Yeah. Like I do theme shows when I do like my multimedia show, when I'm selling just like my vinyl records, or my March 29th 1 year Poshmark pocketbook bag show. There is absolutely some preparation that goes into that. But
yeah,
from like my first show was crazy. My live debut, I don't know if you all were in there. That was a crazy, crazy show. I got ready for 3 days. I got stuff all lined up, all numbered out, and I have things all described and in the tray and all that. And kind of as it's evolved, at least for me, I don't need to prepare like that. For the style of show, for the lifestyle that I live, I don't need to put in all that prep work unless it's like a theme show that I've been planning out. Like my 1 year Poshmark show, yeah, I'm spending hours and hours and hours getting ready for that show. My themed Wednesday night shows, I spend time getting ready for. But generally speaking, a lot of it is off the cuff. A lot of it is improvisation in the moment, on the spot. And that's really the best way to go about it, because you never know what you're going to find until you see it. You never know what you need until you find it, sort of thing. And I find that most things that are spontaneous and impulsive are really what works. So that's kind of how I roll with that.
Okay. I know when you're driving.
I'm not driving.
Yeah, I remember you said you're not driving, but I did see. I just like today. I didn't see anyone in the passenger seat, so I don't know.
No, I was chilling over there. Yeah. So next topic, we can keep rolling.
Yeah, don't worry about how the car is getting where it's going. Just know it's getting.
Well, that's right. Well, we're not on the Posh. I keep forgetting we're not on the Posh. So yeah. I have. You're not supposed to be like. That's a touchy subject.
Okay. You don't have to. Yeah, just know that.
All right. So
go ahead.
It's Kit. It's Michael Knight, and I have different chaperones that drive us around each time. Poshing and driving is completely unacceptable. You can get in some serious trouble for it. And if you have pissed off a lot of people, or if you've pissed off one individual who is extremely scornful and upset, then that can cause all kinds of problems for you. So let's be cool and respectful and appreciate the environment and the fun that we have out there in the wild.
I'm trying to figure out small fish crafts. They say the corn dog drives. I don't know. I don't know if people have been drinking this evening, but I don't know.
Well, no, we have a corn dog and a panda bear that sometimes drive us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's do this question.
Yeah.
Let me get you out. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I see you go first. Like for example, you went to a Goodwill, I believe. You went behind it first. And so, do you donate to Goodwill? Do you give as well?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
I definitely donate. I have Celtics license plates that I donate to every year. Every year that I renew my license plates, I send out $100 to Boston, and the majority of that goes to Children's Hospital. As far as like the Goodwill and charities like that, I absolutely donate to places like that. You have to leave some of the animals in the forest, right? You can't take all the animals out the forest. There ain't going to be any more. So you got to kind of give back to make sure that there's some there to find later.
Okay. Well, I think
if that makes sense to you.
Well, you kind of lost me with the animals in the forest. I don't know what's going on there. But
so here's the thing: if you're going and you're taking out, if you're out there in the wild and you're taking all the best items, and you're not giving back, then there aren't going to be any good items to find down the road. It's kind of my way of paying it forward, spreading it out around to the community so that there's other things for other people to find.
So other people can find things in the wild. I got you.
Yeah, you can't take all of them. You can't take all the animals. You got to leave some of them out there for the other people to get.
Gotcha. Now it makes sense. I'm getting there, small fish. I think small fish craft speaks your lingo, but I'm getting there, Jennifer Polo. I'm getting there. But yeah, that's excellent that you do that. You give back. I'm a big believer of giving back, being a blessing to people, giving back to the community. So
it's important.
Good,
it's important to return that kindness, to show that love where you find it. And I feel like that's lacking out there in society these days. So, I mean, really, you guys, it's cool to put food on your table, but it's cool to put food on other people's table too.
Did y'all hear that? He said it's cool. Somebody needs to put that in the chat for me, what he said, so we can show it on screen for the people who are going to watch later. He said, what did you say? It's cool to put things on the table.
It's cool to put food. It's cool to put food on your table, but it's also it's way cooler to put food on other people's table.
It's cool to put food on your table, but it's even cooler to put food on other people's table. Mr. Shark 413, everybody. You know what? I'm gonna get you out of here with this one. Actually, before we go to this or that, here's my final question for right now. Do you have any posh pet peeves? Like when you're in shows and you're like, oh man, why is this or why? Do you have anything that you kind of just have an issue with? Posh pet peeves.
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
Okay, we don't have to talk about them.
No, it's all right. I mean, do we really need to know that you're going to use the restroom? I mean, does anybody want to know that? I'm saying, like, if you're sitting there, you're selling stuff, you're selling other people's stuff. Do we really need to know that you got to do your thing? I mean, you don't got to tell nobody. You just have somebody run that for a minute, and ain't nobody knows the wiser. You start putting that thought in people's mind, you're going to drive away customers. Nobody's going to want to buy nothing. They're thinking about nasty.
You know what? Not only do hosts, I've seen hosts do that, but also just people in the chat do that. They'll say stuff, hey, skip me because I gotta go walk my dog, then I gotta come back.
Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead. Please.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Right, that's it. We don't gotta know all that.
I'm gonna take a shower. Give me about 5 minutes. I said, first of all, anybody who takes a shower for 5 minutes, you might want to go back in the shower, and you must forgot your armpits or something. You can't wash your whole body in 5 minutes.
It doesn't happen. I mean, you could bird bath. You could go bird bath for like 5-7 minutes, but that's not taking a shower. That's going to wash up.
Yeah, that's more of we used to call it. Yeah, bird bath. But if you gonna do that, because I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody was on my show. Hey, I'll be right back. If you want to, you can skip my items. I gotta go take a quick shower. Give me 5 minutes. I said, you sure that's all you need is 5 minutes? Because don't forget, you gotta get your backside as well. But anyway, yeah. But basically, I get what you're saying though. You don't have to announce everything that's going on. Just go do what you gotta do. What else? You got any other pet peeve?
Yeah, I mean, like, don't be spamming my chat. Don't come into my show and be like, yo, I got my show going down. I'm selling this, and that in like 3 p.m. If I didn't ask you to plug your show, if I didn't say, hey, how are you? Thank you for participating. Will you tell us about your next show? If you just come in here and you start talking about your show over mine, or if I'm selling something and you say in the chat without being asked, hey, I got this exact same item, go check out my closet and check out these items. Well, that to me is a sign of desperation. That to me is saying that you are like, people will find you if you're cool and you're true and you got cool stuff. If you are so desperate that you got to go onto somebody else's platform and start talking about, oh, come see my show at this time. Oh, I got this cool item. Come check out my item. Well, that's a reflection of yourself. And that means you're desperate and it's just kind of a reflection of who you are. So you're probably not going to be successful to begin with. Don't be coming to my show doing that. It's not going to happen. We're not having it. So that's another pet peeve of mine. Since you're asking,
my show doing that. Okay, I got you. You know, especially if nobody knows who you are. You know, if I've never seen you before, you know what I mean?
Hey, it is one thing to show up into a show, say hi, share out a few items, get your name out there. That is one thing. It is an entirely other animal to start spamming another seller's show about, hey, come check out my show at this time, especially if you don't know the person, especially if, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference there. There's a difference. Like, you won't see me spam anybody else's show. A lot of times what happens to me in other shows is I get a reaction to other people's shows. People know the Shark, and they'll be like, hey, Mr. Shark, will you please share something to my tray? Hey, Mr. Shark, when is your next show? And in that time, when that happens, I'll drop my copy and paste of when my show is, and then I'll say, hey, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for asking. And you're polite, right? There's a certain posh etiquette. There's a certain etiquette that needs to be kind of fall it out there, or else you kind of look like a posh bag. You kind of look like one of these people who are desperate and just really trying and really fake and really reaching. So yeah, those are pet peeves of mine, and I feel like you can understand that.
Yeah, I can. Aaron had a question. What made you? Well, he talked about that, Aaron. She just had said basically what made you want to go live. You know, he talked about that. Go ahead, Aaron. After this ends, go watch the beginning because we answered a lot of those questions. One more. Give us one more, Mr. Sharp, before we get you out of here. Before we start playing this or that, give me one more. What you got? One more pet peeve? If not, we can just go straight to the game.
I mean, just not really. Just be yourself. Be kind. Be cool. You know, people can see and sense the fakeness. Just be real to yourself. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
And people will find you. That's it. Be kind. Be cool. Don't be a posh bag. Get along with people. Even if don't be a posh bag. We don't need no posh bags. We don't need no posh bags. Be cool. Be kind.
Like a douchebag, but posh bag. Is that what you?
That is one of my favorite. That is one of my favorite terms, man. Don't be a douchebag. That is one of my terms. Don't be a douchebag or a dipshit. Douchebag and dipshit. We don't need none of that.
Did y'all hear that? He said, "Don't be a posh bag." I've never heard that in my life, but yeah, I got what you're saying. All right, man. Let's play this or that. Just gonna get just quickly. Let's see what you got. Dogs or cats?
Neither. I'm good. No dogs, no cats, no kids. I'm cool with my fish. I'm good.
Better fish. Okay. Daytime or nighttime?
I'm 24 hours. I'm all the time.
All the time. Okay. Fast food or cooked meals?
Oh man, I love cooked meals. I don't never get home cooked meals. Whenever I get a home cooked meal, I am so grateful. Home cooked meals, please.
Home cooked meals, please. Travel or homebody?
I would like to travel, but I'm very much kind of where I am. 2024, we're going to go out onto the road. We're going to start traveling. You've heard that here. Just wait till you see what I got lined up for 2024. That is changing. I got nothing tying me down. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to go.
2024 is going down for Mr. Shark. TV series or movies?
I watch the Celtics. That's about it. I don't really watch TV and all that.
I forgot to talk about that because you and I are both big NBA fans. Who you got this year taking it all?
Denver.
Denver again. Okay.
I mean, because hey, Denver and the Clippers both got the Celtics number. And Porzingis, if he don't come back, I mean, the Clippers and Denver both got the Celtics number. I would love to say the Celtics. I'm a Celtic. I bleed green, but I'm just being real. Denver has got their number, and so does the Clippers.
Speaking of green, I think Milwaukee may take it all.
You're crazy.
They have a good chance taking it all. You have Damian.
Nah, no way. They're not deep enough. They're the hugest. Look, we got Drew Holiday. They got Dame Lillard. Drew Holiday was a better fit for that team.
Well, he kind of played a little more of a back seat. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, he played defense.
He's not.
He played defense
like Damian Lillard. Yeah. But I think
they're missing pieces. Go ahead.
Since those two people are great scorers, I think it's going to play in their favor. Now in the playoffs, it's going to be different. We'll see in the playoffs, but I think they're going to be hard to beat.
Milwaukee is not going to stop that Celtic offense. They got no chance of stopping that Celtic offense. No chance.
I'm not used to seeing the Celtics kind of just, they just kind of upset every year. But they do have some more pieces now. They have some more pieces now. So
I mean, the only team in the East that I'm really concerned about is the Heat, because the Heat is like the perennial nemesis of the Celtics. I'm not concerned about Philly. I'm not concerned about Philly purple. I'm not concerned about Philly. I'm not concerned about Milwaukee. Just the Heat, because they have Pat Riley. They got that championship lineage. They got that it. They got Jimmy Butler. They got Rozier. They got some players they got Bam, and they've got a history of really giving the Celtics fits. So they're really the only ones that give me any concern out of the East.
The beautiful Crystal Thickpen has joined. My wife. She says, "Are you an introverted person?" She has a question for you. Are you an introverted person?
I am. Yeah, I absolutely am an introverted person.
She came out of nowhere.
And that's another reason why I simply will not go on camera. I'm a fairly introverted person, but certainly it is easier for me to come out of my shell a little bit. Yeah, doing this sort of style show, and I'm very grateful to the Posh community for kind of being accepting and accepting of the person that I am. So yeah, I'm definitely an introverted person personally.
And it's only the beginning. You know, it's like you said, you only been doing live shows less than a year. You'll be having a year. What's the date again? The year anniversary, Poshversary?
March 29th, you guys. March 29th is going down. I believe it lines up with Good Friday. It'll be my 1 year live anniversary. It's going to be a pocketbook bag bash. This will be the second one I do that I've done. I did one on my birthday, and now my second pocketbook bag bash is going down March 29th, 7:15. Yeah, it's Good Friday, 7:15 Eastern Standard. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. We're not talking about Chanel. We're not talking about Gucci. We're talking about, Doonies and Coaches and things like that. Reasonably priced bags that normal people can buy and enjoy and use. Appreciate the question, man. I appreciate you asking that.
Yeah. Comedies or romantic movies?
Celtics games. And I like to read 50s era sci-fi books.
What was the answer? What'd you say?
So I watch Celtic games, and I like to read 50s era sci-fi.
Yeah. Okay. Cars or SUVs?
I got both. I like my sports car, but I need my SUV for work. So I got my little sports car that I rip around, but I also need my SUV because it does work for me.
Okay. Sandals or shoes?
Depends on the season. We're up here in the Northeast. Right now I'm in sandals. I'm in my sandals around the house.
Okay. And then lastly, water or fire?
Oh man. With that one, I got to go with water. I got to go with water on that one. But certainly, I have this incredible fire within me. What'd she say? She went with fire, didn't she?
Well, she was like, what? Because it's really a joke. I mean, you don't have to answer that. Water or fire. What is he talking about? No, I was just messing with you. But yeah, I guess water or fire. Yeah, either or. They both are necessary. But I like what you said. Water, but you have the fire within you. I like that.
I do have that.
Before we get out of here, we're going to answer one more question from one of your faithful assistants on your show, Small Fish Craft. She says, 5 years down the road, Mr. Sharp, how would you like to see your business evolve? Good question, I believe.
Well, that is a great question, Smalls. You and I can foresee kind of still working together, and I feel like we're going to be off Posh. I feel like at that point we're going to be off Posh. We're not going to be dealing with these sellers fees. I feel like we're going to be recognizable. You guys, check me out. So to that end, I've been migrating more and more of my transactions off Posh. Because I am Mr. Shark 413 and she is Small Fish Crafts, we're not exclusive to any one site. We're not Posh Fish. We're not Posh Shark. You know what I'm saying? So more and more of my transactions, if you guys are not following me over on Instagram, Mr. Shark 413 on Instagram, follow me over there. That is an excellent middle ground. That is a way for me to directly connect with my consumer base, with my customers. There is no middleman. There's no seller's fees. And I can also interact with you one-on-one and give you that personal time, that personal customer service. So I would encourage you all to check me out over on Instagram. If you're not, more and more of my transactions are leaving Mercari, they're leaving eBay, they're leaving Posh, they're leaving whatnot, and I'm doing things direct to consumer. Check me out over there. You'll see how it's going down. Look for me to start streaming as well. Like I'm gonna simulcast tomorrow night, TDT. So Monday night is my Estate Finds Overflow show at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna simulcast, stream it both on Posh and Instagram at the same time. I'm going to start migrating away from Posh a little bit more and over to Insta so that I can directly connect with my customer base. If you all want to check out new techniques, new ideas, give me a follow. Stay with me throughout 2024. I got ideas. I got features. I got things that we're going to roll out. I got things that I want to try and I'm going to succeed at. I am just too determined. I'm having too much fun. I'm all in on this. I'm all in. Stick with me. Stick with me 2024. It's really going to evolve. It's going to get better. Small Fish Crafts, Mr. Shark 413. That is my buddy. And again, this is a professional business relationship that we have. We are not involved, nothing like that. This is a professional business relationship that we have both kind of taken on in our own individual lives. And then we kind of met each other professionally, and we're going to continue to work together. Yeah, it's going down.
Because it is working. And now this is the last question, y'all. Last question. B. Clark says, do you only source things that you know for sure are going to sell?
That's an excellent question. So you ready for this? So here's the trick. I source things that I know are going to sell, but I also source things that I like, because when you source things that you like, you don't feel bad about having them around the house.
Right.
It's not hoarding if you got cool stuff.
Yeah.
And if you find stuff that you like that you think is cool, it's not hoarding. Yeah, you don't want to be stacking up items. Yeah, have I been doing this long enough to know and have a feel for what's going to sell? Yeah, it's an evolved thing. It's a feel. It's an inclination that you get. It's an experience thing. So I don't just source things that I know are going to sell. I source things that first and foremost that I like, so that I can justify having them in the house.
Gotcha, man. Got you. All right, Mr. Shark. I appreciate you, man, giving me your time on this Sunday. I appreciate your support. Like I said, you're only the second person. Your nails was first. You're second, my second guest. So I appreciate both of y'all. But thank you, man, for taking the time out today. Y'all follow Mr. Shark on Poshmark at Mr. Shark 413. Excellent posture, excellent live show host, vintage items, all types of items. And y'all check them out. Mr. Shark 413 is in the building. Thank you, man, for stopping by the TDT Podcast.
That's what's up, TDT. Good to be here. Anytime.
Thank you, man. Hey, y'all, subscribe to me on YouTube at the TDT Podcast. Follow my new Instagram account on Instagram at the TDT Podcast. Follow me on Poshmark at TDT Garnett. I do shows every Tuesday or Wednesday. I go back and forth from Tuesday or Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And then, of course, on most Saturdays, I dress up as different characters. Shout out to everybody who came to my last show on Saturday. Not yesterday, but the Saturday before when I was Steve Irvin, the Crocodile Hunter. Easy, Mike. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Appreciate it. All y'all support. We're going to catch. Hey, I have another amazing guest this coming Sunday. 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the TDT Podcast. Y'all come back. I appreciate everybody's support. And Mr. Shark 413, TDT, we're out.
It's always first the blade like ball fades. Echo when I let go of this praise in the hallway. Special, the way he wrestled with the devil. Come on. The pedal to the meadow while leveling up all day. Yeah. It's always first the blade like ball fades. Echo when I let go of this praise in the hallway. Special, the way he wrestled with the devil. Come on. The pedal to the meadow while leveling up all day.